Alrighty, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the podcast starring me, Cake Eater 1991, and the lovely Miss Vic 93. And we are here with the man of the hour, Hazy Visions. What's going on, man? How you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. How you doing? Thanks for
Um,
having me.
yeah, dude, this is a pleasure. Miss Vic and I have been talking about this for a while now. It's been probably a good couple weeks that we've been talking about this. Just our times kind of clashed and things could not get worked around. But it is an honor and a huge pleasure to have you on this podcast tonight. So we both really do appreciate you coming out and taking a little bit of time out of your busy schedule to kind of talk to the chat, talk to us, and get get your point of views on when it comes to streaming and say who you are. So, first and off, starting off with the questions: who are you? What are you about? What is your community all about?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, man. I appreciate that. It was very kind.
Oh yeah, absolutely, my guy.
um, yeah, I mean, I'm Hazeyyvision. I started off as Hazy TTV, and then over time I had switched it to Hazy Kush, and then Hazy Kush TTV. But it was always something to do with like weed, right? Like some kind of weed name and some kind of play on that. But I mean, mostly when I started streaming, when I first started, it was only because I wanted to make clips. I had started seeing people streaming on Facebook. This was years ago,
Oh wow,
like
when Facebook
years
just
ago.
started out.
Yeah, before Facebook gaming was even a thing. So like I remember Twitch and Mixer kind of colliding in 2016, I think it was. They started to rival each other around that time. So I was streaming in 2016 Destiny 2, and I was
Oh, great game, great game.
not Destiny 2, I'm sorry, Destiny 1. Destiny 2's out now.
Still decent.
Yeah. I like the first one better than the second. But
Uh, I'll drink to that.
I was playing the first one and I wanted clips, and I figured I could stream and then clip my stuff. So it really started
Yeah,
out pretty innocently like that. And this was 2016, so we're talking 7 years ago, right? So it's been a while. I
yeah.
didn't continue a straight on shot with that, but I did create a small community. So I had like 5 to maybe 10, sometimes 15 people coming in and out, but I didn't stick with it. I ended up getting married and my life changed quite a bit. So I took a long break, an extended break. And obviously, right, where most of us started to really get into the streaming stuff again is when COVID hit,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Oh,
COVID hit,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, yep.
right? The rush of people just jumping into it. So we had never stopped playing games, but I had stopped streaming. So when we got back like into the games heavy and everything shut down, it was like fuck it, let's get back into it. And thankfully, I had like a little community around already to kind of pick up on. So that's kind of where it started was just making clips, and then I got married, I took a break, and then I got back into watching it in 2019 and didn't really start streaming again until like 2020 probably. I think early 2020, the beginning of the year. That's probably
Right.
when it really started.
So was it just like because of COVID that you started streaming, or did you like just see the other people start streaming and like success and decide to start then?
So I always liked streaming. I had always felt like I was kind of good at it, and I had been doing it before COVID. So it just kind of made sense to try it again. It wasn't
Okay.
necessarily because of COVID. It was just kind of like what everybody really went through. I mean, there was a lot of people that never had did it before at all and started,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was people who had dabbled, who had picked it up more permanently, right? And then there's the people who had small communities who blew up because they were already doing it when the world went to shit, you know? So like there was if you even had a little community during COVID when COVID started happening, you really had an edge on the whole system. Just think about that. If you had a 5 or 10 person average at the height of COVID, when it really shut everything down, things would be different for everyone. You know what I mean? That was streaming.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. Oh yeah. And you said that you mostly played games just to get the clips. What exactly did you use those clips for? Just posting them up on Facebook or YouTube, or
No, strictly just to put them on the Xbox feed, right? If you
He's a
do you play
PlayStation
Xbox at all?
guy. He's
You're a
a
yeah,
PlayStation
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Okay.
He's the
Yeah.
other
Yeah,
team.
so
Yeah,
so
I'm rocking that
Xbox
blue
has
brand.
Xbox has like its own social area, right? Like its own
Oh, okay.
social kind of network where you can upload clips, and then if they get traction, just like anything, people like them and stuff. I think it's a little
Right.
different than it was then, right? But initially we were making the clips. I was putting them on I was uploading them to Xbox Live, but then me and my wife started a Facebook group for Apex Legends. So what ended up happening, it was funny because we were trying to post our clips that we thought were good to these different sites, and they weren't letting us do it. Like, they were denying us. Like, no, your
They
clip's
weren't
not.
good.
Yeah, I guess, like, your clip's not good enough, right? Like,
Wow,
something.
you suck.
Yeah, you suck, man. Nah, not here. So we were like, fuck you.
Dang.
We're gonna just make our own group, and that's what we did. And now that's the Streamers Paradise Stream Share. We just renamed it like 6 times. So like that's the Streamers Paradise Stream Share group is that the final result of those. It was Apex, and then it was Call of Duty, then it was Warzone, then it was like Facebook Gaming Unlimited. We've tried so many different iterations of that group. It's never really had any kind of success, though, to be honest.
Up until now.
It happens.
Well, that's even a byproduct. That is a total separate thing. Like, that was my first attempt at like kind of growing a outside community outside of Twitch, and it was working kind of. Like, we would talk to people in our randoms and our thirds, right? Like, me and she would play, and we'd get a random third, and then we'd be like, "Hey, man, like this Facebook group." Like the first 100 people were just random thirds that we got playing trios. So
Right.
like it started like that. And then when we had finally got into Twitch, we didn't even start messing with Discord right away. Like, once I had made a Twitch in 2016 or 17 when I had started on Twitch to begin with, but I never got into it. I had gotten into other communities that were the way Streamers Paradise is now, like the way that's set up. I was in a community called Dream Chasers that was kind of like this, but it was set up so foully, bro. Like, it was
Oh.
not a good place to be. So once I kind of started to see that, I stepped back. But the idea of it was dope, right? Like, all these people with common interests, like chilling together and making friends and playing games and supporting each other, and genuinely becoming friends with these people over time. That to me was something that I wanted again. I wanted to recreate that, but I didn't want to have it with like this negative, like, there's no way that you're going to get around the negative side of like what we try to do, right? Like, all of us, when it
Mhm.
comes to networking, when it comes to like trying to be around other streamers, the nasty side of it is just so prevalent, because there's
yeah.
people that want to do what you're doing, right? And they're either not succeeding, having trouble, don't know how to do it, and they get frustrated. They take out their anger on you, right? They
Yep.
see something that you're doing and they think it's easy. They don't know why they can't do it. There's just
Oh
a
yeah.
million things wrong with like the networking space, right? And people can really take advantage of the newer people that are coming into streaming. That's my opinion. Not everybody has to agree, but what I saw in that group made me uncomfortable. And there was a bunch of members that ended up kind of like putting some pressure on the owner, and he just deleted the server. Just deleted it. Didn't
Whoa.
say nothing.
Dang.
Didn't say nothing. No, not just gone. So I woke up in the morning.
Wow.
I thought I got kicked, right? I
Mhm.
was like, oh shit, I got kicked from this place. So I sent a message to Bo, and Bo was like, nope, he deleted it. Like, oh shit. And then he told me that there was
Wow.
all this drama behind the scenes.
Yeah, you just never know what someone's really going through, getting pressured or whatever have you.
There's a
That's just
ton.
crazy, man.
Yeah, was it a big server? Like, was it
It was
like?
huge.
Because I
This was
can't
the height of COVID.
imagine. Like, because you know, you make friends in servers. You don't necessarily add them as friends on Discord right away. You're just friend. You talk to them when you're in the Discord server. So, you must have lost like a lot of relationships that way, or you know, a lot of
Just
people that.
gone.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That would suck.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of energy that we were putting into that community for it to just disappear, and it was difficult. It was difficult to kind of understand the process. Like everybody at that time was getting COVID money too, right? So like
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
people were laid off, people were making crazy money, and they were blowing it, right? People on Twitch were just getting paid around that time. I
Yep.
don't know if you saw it, but it was just everybody was spending money.
Yeah.
so I don't know where I was going with that part, but the point is that at the height of COVID. Oh, right. At the height of COVID, that's when this was happening. So this guy was getting a ton of love. You know what I mean? And people felt some type of way when he just shut it off. Right? Like you just
Oh
delete
yeah,
it.
absolutely.
People spent time. People spent money. They spent so much energy on that place for it to
Oh,
just disappear. You know?
Definitely. So that's where you got the idea for Streamer's Paradise, though. So it was one of those like blessings in disguise type deals, huh?
Yeah, really, and in so many ways, it took me months and months to get the courage up to try it. Like it didn't happen right away. In fact, there was several of their staff members from that place that tried to like create their own and do it again in a different way, and they
Mm.
just it wasn't working. There was a few different places that they had tried, and then so that's the interesting thing, right? People don't know this about me, but I had an average viewership of probably like 15 before I started Streamers Paradise, right? 15 ish. None of those people are with me now.
Oh
None.
wow.
wow.
Zero.
No,
Do you
no
want to know
kidding.
why? Do you want to know why? Because I can tell you
They don't,
exactly why.
no, go ahead.
They are not with me because my schedule changed. I am not the same streamer that I was when I was streaming before Streamers Paradise. When I was streaming
What?
before Streamers Paradise, I cared about my channel. I worried about the games I was playing. I worried about who I was playing with. I had certain people that expected me to be on at certain times, and I was building a community based on
Your
my
stream.
behavior at that time. When I started Streamers Paradise, all of that stopped. I was no longer streaming during the week. Right? I streamed for 2 or 3 hours every single day. Right? After work, these kids would come home from school. I had steady viewers, steady people that would come and see me. They knew when I'd be live, and it was all the time, really. Now all of a sudden I'm streaming on Friday night for 1 hour and maybe Saturday in the morning for 3 or 4 hours, Sunday for 3 or 4 hours. That's my schedule now, right? So when I changed what I was doing, my whole community flipped over,
Oh
right?
wow.
So I lost what I had been building, but I was gaining new, right? I was gaining new stuff. It wasn't
Hmm.
like it was for nothing, but that was a growing pain that I wasn't expecting, right? It was a growing pain that I had no idea was coming. And to this day, those things still affect the decisions that I make today because I never would have known the sacrifice previous, you know?
Yeah. Do you ever hear back from any of your like original community at all?
Oh yeah, they show up from time to time.
Okay.
They're not gone like they don't like me. They've just, you know,
They
they're
bond with their
different.
people.
Yeah,
Mm.
they're different. They're
Oh,
not.
okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
they're just
I
not
thought they
with me
just.
the way that they were. Right? They
Oh, okay. Yeah.
don't
By the
watch
way
me
that you're.
nearly as much
Yeah.
as they
Just
did.
yeah. Just by the way that you're saying it, they basically just kicked your ass at the curb because
I mean, I don't
they
see
did.
them once a month. I don't see them twice a month. I don't see them maybe three times, once every 3 months. So they kind of did, but they still show up. It's weird. I'm
Yeah.
appreciative of everybody that stops by, but I remember that situation being very like, damn,
Yeah,
like
dude.
this happened, and this
I can
happened because
imagine.
I was trying to make something better. I
Hmm.
gained people like Munchie, right, and Splice and Drywall Kyle, like these guys that are showing up in the podcast now. I met people like this, but
Mhm.
there was a ton of people, man, in the beginning. They show up once in a while now, like guys like Jody and even Dodgy. Like Dodgy was the first person that I ever streamed to. He's the reason why I kept
Oh, wow.
streaming back in the day. Right? He's
Yeah.
been a subscriber since the day I became an affiliate. He still is now. He shows up once a month and he resubs, but he's not the same teenager he was 7 years ago, right? That
Yeah.
watched me all the time. So people
Right.
also
Right.
grow up, right? So like there's a bunch of
Oh
stuff.
yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. But first off, want to say welcome to everyone that's going on in chat. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Hopefully, you guys are all doing well. And if you guys have any sort of questions for myself, for Miss Fick, for Hazy, for anybody with tips, advice, or anything else regarding anything, let us know. Chat is always open to ask any and all questions regarding any streamer involved with the hour. Um, but you started saying that you started playing Apex. Is that your like go-to game when you stream, or do you have, or is it just chatting, or you do hot tub streams, or what do you do?
I think I do a mix of just chatting and like Apex, other battle royales. So I'm playing Fortnite, Call of Duty, or Apex. I mean that's pretty much it. Or just
All right.
chatting, watching YouTube, talking shit. That's pretty much
Yeah.
my MO.
Well, you say Fortnite, so gotta ask you the $1.5 million question, man.
Builds or
Fortnite
no
no
builds?
build? Yeah.
I like builds, bro.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yo,
so that's the
I
end of the
like the
podcast.
I like the original. I like the original builds. I feel like there's not many people that are awesome at builds anymore. To be fair,
Really?
I don't
My
find it to be
9-year-old
as
is.
sweaty.
My
I
9-year-old
don't.
is. She
And
can
you also with the
build
new movement
towers.
can exploit building. You can exploit the building a bit because of how
Yeah,
you
they're
can parkour up stuff.
yeah, I guess yeah, with
Oh.
that with the sledgehammer and with a
Not
lot of
even with
other.
that, just parkouring. You can just climb right up the side of the builds. You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't know that you can actually climb up the buildings too.
Oh hell
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
dude! It's the builds now
Oh,
are
okay.
so exploitable. That's what I mean. It's like you can build up and that's great, but I mean it's
Hmm.
pretty easy to exploit now, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, the more you yeah, buddy, the more you know. So that's absolutely awesome.
You should try it. You might like it.
Yeah, for me, there were so many kids in Fortnite
Yep.
right when, like, pretty recently, up until no build, that these kids were cracked out of
Oh
their
yeah.
minds.
Mm-hmm.
That they're just building up skyscrapers in a matter of 3 seconds, and they got so many things going on, and
Yeah.
I can
It's
never catch it.
definitely
I can never
crazy.
catch a dub in builds. It was beyond crazy. Then they brought out no builds, and definitely a game changer. 100% a game changer.
Yeah, it opened the game up to a lot of people that didn't know how to build that wanted to play Fortnite. Like that's why we started playing
Hmm.
it was because they
Yeah.
took out the builds and I don't have any freaking idea how to build. So I'm all no builds all the time. But let's get back on track here from the 40. Um what tips would you give to brand new streamers, Hazy? Like, if you had to pick, like, one thing that you can see that people really need to hear, what tip would that be?
to go into it knowing that this shit's gonna be hard. Like, I mean,
That that's a
I would
great tip.
Mm-hmm.
I would never ever want. So that's part of the problem and the good part with what I do in SP. So people have a lot of issues with the stuff that we do. One thing that we don't do is lie, right? When people come in, we don't give them false hope that they're gonna be partners, right? Like people come in super excited. You know what they say? I want to come in. I want to make $800 a month streaming, right? People say this stuff. I
I mean,
swear
me
to you,
too.
they come right. But there's wanting, right, and then there's the realistic versus expectation, right? The expectation versus reality. You can want something and know you're not going to get it, and then you can expect it and then be pissed when you don't. right?
Mhm.
Like there's two different ways about it. And there's been people that come in and swear to God that they're going to be the next big thing. And then you watch their stream and you're like, hey, man, you got to work on A, B, and C. Now, there's two different ways that people can go about it. You can just gas that person up and make them think that they're going to be the next big thing. So that way they stick around and they support you. Or you can give them constructive criticism on how to be better and risk pissing them off and them going to find someone else that will placate them. I'm not going to do that. Right.
Yeah.
So that's like that's a right. It's catch 22 because people don't
Yeah.
want to hear that shit, but it's the best thing for you.
Do you personally think there's like a good happy medium to like, hype them up and get them actually psyched up to stream, get them all basically mentally ready? Because we all know streaming is a very mentally heavy thing because you never know tech issues, if there's going to be trolls going on or A, B, and C going on. But also, if you actually check them out and actually tell them what to expect. So, do you think there's an actual happy medium?
Yeah, I do. I think there's a happy medium. I think that the happy medium is you express to people that this is hard work, right? You say that it's all possible if you work hard, but you do have to be realistic when it comes to your content. Like, watch your content. If you're not entertained by your content, you can't expect other people to be, right? Like
Mhm.
you have to watch yourself. You have to work on your stage presence. Like, I just did a VIP announcement for a whole hour. I am exhausted after that stream, right? Because I am
Mhm.
yelling, I am going crazy talking about this, that, and the other, and it's an hour of solid talking in front of 100 people, right? In front of 100 different people, asking questions, throwing in hype, right? It's a hell of a feeling too. On top of it, the adrenaline of it all is just it's nuts.
Yeah,
Yep. The networking
There's
streams are like that. Those are
right,
crazy.
yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. And people think that it's very easy, and one great way of getting their numbers up or thinking that how how to actually get viewers is you got to follow people. You got to do the support for support. You got to do all the other shit. So when it comes to your Discord, do you see any like a good amount of people trying to say, "Hey, let's do follow for follow, support for support, or lurk for lurk, or whatever have you for whatever have you."
Oh yeah, all the time, bro. In fact, like 90% of the people that come into the server are coming from a place of follow for follow, support for support, lurk for lurk. And it's hard to get people to understand that unless you have some kind of connection with that person or enjoy what they're doing even a little bit, it doesn't last long, right? Like it's not going to be
Correct.
an extensive thing. You have to either make a relationship with a person where they genuinely want you to succeed, or they have to enjoy what you're doing, right? There's only two ways about that. How else is someone going to support you, right? They either have to like what you're doing or they have to like you.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you can't make one of those things happen, then there's a problem in your delivery or in your methods, right? So if there's people that come in and say, "Hey, man, follow me," and I say, "Well, what exactly is my follow going to do for you? Are you an affiliate? Do you have 50 follows already? Do what's your story? Oh yeah, I'm an affiliate. I've got 200 followers, and my average viewership is 3.2. All right, so if I follow you, do you think that that's going to make me come into your stream just me following you? Like, why should I come and watch you? What's the
Hmm.
reason? Why
Exactly.
should I? Why should I check you out? So people will come in, they just drop their link and they go, "Hey man, I'm live here," and it's like,
Cool.
"Okay, you're live. Why? So what? There's 40 other people live too that I could watch in my Discord. Why do I
Yeah.
want to watch you?"
Yeah. 100%. Why should I watch you compared to Joe Schmo that's right below you, and he's actually selling his product. He's actually telling what his stream is all about. Because at the end of the day, your name is your product.
That's a
And
fact.
it's 100% a fact. And what I've been telling people is pretend that your stream is a book. So in the back of the book, there's usually a summary. So summarize kind of what your stream is all about. What games do you play? What times do you stream? When do you stream? And what your community is all about. And you just definitely just got to sell your product.
Yep.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, we got a question in the chat real
see
quick. What's your take on making the requirements to make affiliate harder? A lot of people talk about how getting an average of 3 is too easy and you don't really get a good base community started. Do you think it's too easy?
Is
That's a
that for what
great
you want me
question.
to answer, or what do you want to do?
Answer.
Yeah. And then if
What do
we
you
have
think?
more input, we'll keep going on with it. But yeah, Hazy, this is your hour, man.
I appreciate that. I don't think that it's too easy, because believe it or not, there's so many people struggling for it,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't think it's too easy. I think that if you use your mind, it's easy, but people put a lot of they make it complicated. They also have no clue what they're doing when they first start, right? So when you first get involved in Twitch, you don't even know about affiliate most times, right? Like people might know, but I didn't know. When I first started Twitch, I had no idea what affiliate was. Not a clue. So there's a lot of people that don't even really understand what it is. And it's basically just hours streamed versus how many people are in there, right? Like that's all it is. And you can technically do it yourself if you really wanted. Make a couple
Very
burners,
easily.
you know what I mean? But people stream for hundreds of hours with under 3 viewers, and then they don't want to make a new Twitch account, right? So that's where the high number raid train can really help, because it'll just wipe out those negative days so quick, bump your average up high. And that's like one of the benefits, one of 2 benefits, I'd say. But no, overall, I don't think it's too easy. I actually think that it's quite difficult, especially if you don't have any clue what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very fair point. So kind of kicking away from the streamings for a little bit. What kind of hobbies do you do outside of like gaming and taking care of your Discord and other shit like
Zero.
that?
None.
You don't do a damn thing.
I don't, man. For the last 2 years, me and Chi have spent every waking hour on SP.
Damn.
And then
That's not
just
a
trying
joke.
to.
That's not even that's not an exaggeration. That's not a joke. 24/7. 24/7 availability. I mean, obviously we sleep, right? But it's like even in our sleep, man, our sleep is real light. Like you've always got that what's going on in there.
Yep.
It's no vacations, no breaks, no social life, no nothing. That's not a joke. So when people have a problem with the stuff that I'm doing, I take it so personal, because I work so hard. I work so hard for this, and it's not an accident. And there's so many people that work so hard, right?
Yeah.
There's 20 staff members, and I can name like 5 off the top of my head that this place would be just fucking lost without, completely lost. So
That's solid.
It's a team of people giving all of their energy. It's not easy, man. It's not easy at all. And I don't even mean to make it sound like it's a downer, because I wouldn't change any of this for nothing. But it really is that serious. We have done absolutely nothing other than this for 2 years. I mean,
Wow.
Thanksgiving, right? Thanksgiving, we had our laptops at her father's house. Christmas, we didn't leave our house, right? We didn't leave our house, not once. We went the night before. It's just laptops at Thanksgiving, like set up on the side. It's really that serious.
Yeah, I definitely see that. So what all do you guys do to keep that Discord up and running?
Man.
Golly. We've only got an hour, Cake.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, you're
I mean, here's a quick sum up, right?
Yeah.
We have like 6 different giveaways that we have to calculate each month. So on a daily basis, our staff team is updating that information. We have 20 hours of different featured posts and attendance that we have to do. That's an every 15-minute ordeal, right?
Wow.
So every 15 minutes for 20 hours of the day, somebody is inputting data to make sure that we have accurate information for our giveaways, for our train attendance, for all this stuff, right? So every 15 minutes for 20 hours, there's 4 off hours. And then on the weekend, we have off those 2 off days. So it's technically off days for the back end every 15-minute input work, but it doesn't mean that the work stops, right?
Right.
There's every single night for 4 to 8 hours, there is 6 to 12 people in a voice chat working to maintain Streamers Paradise every day.
Wow.
Yeah, just never knew on exactly all the hard work that it does to run a Discord. I have my own personal Discord. I know Miss Vic has her own personal, but putting, from what it sounds like, literally a full-time job plus some into running Discord just sounds like a lot of work.
And we do it for free, bro.
Yeah, and
Yeah. It's all for free. So that's the
Yeah.
thing. The Discord makes money, right? We do have avenues of revenue, but all of that money is designed to go back into the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
So we give away over $300 a month. That's just giveaways. So if we're not making $300 a month, we still have to come out of pocket. So that means that our staff team divvies up the leftover. So take that into consideration too. And there's still people hating on it.
But
how much more can you really ask for?
I would,
you know what I mean?
I'd be proud of that though. That's really awesome that you found a group of people that are like, they believe in what you're doing and they believe in, you know, your vision of what you want Streamers Paradise to be so much that they're willing to put their own money on the line to keep it going. Like, that's actually pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. It really is. There's so
Blessing
many
in
special
disguise.
people. Not even in disguise. It is a straight up
It's a
blessing. I wouldn't change any
Nice.
of the stress that SP caused. I wouldn't change any of it. We all get it.
SP
We all
hype.
feel it. We all feel the stress. We all get it. We all, like, if somebody, if somebody leaves the Discord, it bothers me. I want to know why they left. I want to know why they left, what they felt was wrong. I want to reach out to them and I want to say, "Hey man, did I do something wrong? Did the staff do something wrong? How can we make your stay better?" Like, I just want everyone to be happy, and it's impossible, right? It's impossible. And I know that. But it really does, man. It bothers so many. It's not just me. I'm not just talking about myself. I'm talking about everybody. All of the staff, they all take it very seriously to the point where when people leave, we'll have a conversation about how bad it sucks. Like, damn, like that one gutted me. Like that one, even if you barely know the people, even if you barely know them, it's like, fuck. What could we, because it's also a potential bad press, right? Like, you don't ever want someone to speak badly of the brand you're building. You know what I mean? Why would you ever want that?
Definitely.
Yeah, especially putting all of that work and everything that you literally put blood, sweat, and tears into, and having one guy potentially trash talk it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, it's not even just one. I have been fighting off trolls for 2 years. Hey, Bad Bubba, I think we might have had to remove you. So please, anybody listen, you have to have your Twitch connected. If you don't have your Twitch connected, our back-end reporting does not work properly, and we have to remove you from the server. You are welcome to come back. We ping you in the server before we remove you, requesting that you connect your Twitch. We give you a week to do it, and then if you don't do it or respond, we have to remove you because the reporting doesn't work right, and it causes a lot of extra work. Your Twitch is connected to Discord? Okay, so maybe that's not what happened. Just talking out loud.
So, you said there's a lot of people that leave. What would you say is the main reason that you find out that people leave, and how do you, like, how are they
That's a great
wrong?
question.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. They're not wrong. A lot of times when they leave, it's because there's too much going on, right? It's too fast. They can't get a train slot, and they tried for a couple weeks. There's general frustration that can be built up when people are trying their hardest to get involved and they can't, right? Like, it's not that they can't, it's just it can get frustrating when they try as hard as they are, and it's just not happening. You know what I mean? So I think that that's the biggest one. That and people getting corrected too many times, right? Like, people will get corrected for being for posting in the wrong spot, or they'll get denied for a time too many times because they're not typing it out right.
Mm-hmm.
There's just like little things like that will build up on somebody, and they'll be like, I don't want to deal with this shit, right? There's just a bunch of different reasons. Sometimes people will leave because we ask them not to put pressure on our members for monetary gain, right? You get involved, get involved.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's exactly what
absolutely, absolutely.
I always say. Get involved, get involved. If you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord, get involved. But yeah, so I would say that is a giant reason is they get overwhelmed. It's too fast. There's too many people. They can't understand the rules. There's too much to read. It's usually the overwhelming feeling of like too much correction. I can't understand this, right? Shit like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Stuff like
It
that.
is. It is pretty fast moving. I will say that. I've tried to get train slots before, and man, those people move like they're waiting for that person to put in that it's time for the affiliates to sign up, and it's like instantly.
It's just
yeah,
Spartan.
instant.
Thank you for saying that, Spartans. I appreciate that.
So I definitely understand that, but I also see the other side where I've been a part of SP for better part of 9 months, 8 months or 9 months, I think. And I've come in and out like or my activity, but I go in there and I talk, and there's a lot of people. Chat moves pretty quickly, but it's doable, like you can make a lot of friends there. I've made a lot of friends there. So
for sure. Yeah. That's what it's about. See, there's two arguments. There's arguments of like, hey, these are mostly other streamers and you don't want your audience to be streamers, right? Like, people talk about that all the time. Because it's like, that's like the hover thing. Remember when hover was out? Like, why do you want to promote yourself to other streamers? This isn't necessarily that. This is streamers helping you get exposure to the organic audience, right? So these are streamers coming together to help feature you for an hour, right? When you're featured for that hour on the raid train, bring your best. Bring the best energy that you have. Bring the most hype that you can possibly bring. Be as chatty as you can possibly be. And the people that naturally see you while you're on the recommended section, maybe you get a fan for life, because it might just be one. But that one person could change everything about your stream and your week and your month. And people really don't understand how important that stuff is. How we can help elevate each other by coming together for that hour.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where like a lot of the big people don't understand, like, hey, if I raid out this person, I'm gonna lose all the people that I just rated out. But you just never know. Maybe I'm gonna get rated into my next favorite streamer. You just never know. It's just an amazing way of networking. A lot of people don't use it.
But with the raid train, though, we have it set up so that way people don't leave, right? And that's the best part.
Yeah,
correct. I was just talking about raids in general.
Yeah. So, but with the raid train, people don't leave, and it's a very maintained number. So that's why it's an even thing across the board. We all get the same attention, right? Because we're taking attendance. We don't encourage support for support. We don't encourage follow for follow. But a raid train feature is not the same thing, right? You being featured for an hour is not I can argue all day. I can argue all day.
Definitely. Well, and I'm glad you brought up the ray train because I wanted to touch on, because there's a lot of misconceptions about the ray trains. There's a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
people that don't believe in them, or that think that they're against TOS, or
Mhm.
they have all these reasons to completely just reject a Discord for doing a ray train.
It's
So
true.
when you have that happen, what would you say to those people?
So when people say, "Hey, the ray train's against TOS," I say, "Show me where it says that." And then they pull up this little section where it says third party apps and um, embedded viewers. Like there's wording that can be construed as like, oh, that means Discord, but they're not talking about Discord. What they're talking about is third party sites that have embedded links. So essentially, you're having someone watch your stream on a website that Twitch has no control over, and it'll inflate your viewers, but it won't put the viewer in your chat, right? Have you ever seen somebody that has 100 viewers, but there's 20 people in their chat? Have you ever seen that before?
Yep.
No.
You've never seen that?
Yeah, I've seen
No.
that. How have you not
I've
seen?
I guess I've just not been looking hard enough. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
unless I have seen it and I'm just totally blanking on it, I've never seen it.
Yeah, so that's exactly what they're talking about. They're talking about embedded links. Embedded links is like watching the stream on Instagram, right? Like you can share the link onto Instagram and then you can click the link, right?
Well,
When you click
yeah.
the link, it's going to bring you to a third-party site that you're not even logged in, right? It's going to count as a viewer, but it's not going to put you in the chat or nothing. Like,
You know,
do
it's
you know what I'm
crazy.
trying to say?
Yeah, you know what's crazy is I actually used to do that on accident. I had my original website before I started the website I have now. I tried to feature streamers that I liked on the website using embedded links.
Exactly.
And I got a message from Twitch about my website having, because I had like 20 streamers on there, and I had their embedded links. So you could go on my website and you could push play and you could see their streams live, but on my website. So I totally know exactly how that's done. And not only do I know how it's done, I know that it's possible just by putting it on like I had a simple
And
like a real
Twitch reached
simple
out to you
website.
and said, "Hey, no good."
Yeah, they told me to take the links down basically because I was getting traffic to my website and they weren't getting the views. Exactly.
Exactly my point. So the raid train is not against TOS because we are putting the people into the Twitch chat,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Do you get my point? That's
Yeah.
exactly the difference. 100% that is the difference, right? So you just broke it down for me. And I mean that couldn't have come at a better time the way that you just broke it. 'Cause that's exactly what I'm talking about,
Yep.
right?
Hell yeah.
The raid train doesn't matter that it's organized. It doesn't matter that it's a time slot. It doesn't matter that you sign up. It does not matter. When you go into that stream, you have the ability to drop a bit, you have the ability to sub, you have the ability to chat, right?
Yep. And what gets me is if it was against TOS and it was
It'd have
this
smoked
big
my
hor-
ass by now.
Exactly. You've been around what? You
No.
guys are celebrating 2 years of SP.
Yesterday.
And your raid train is going strong. You've got like 120 people on some of those raid trains. I'm in the raid train, but I see it. Like, if it was that big of a deal, Twitch would have been like, you're out of here.
It's no big deal. They love it. We're making them money.
Yep.
That's a fact. It's a fact.
Uh,
Think about all the
yeah.
ads that these people run now, right? It's a huge fucking problem, honestly. It's a huge
Yeah.
problem. People use
And
our
it
raid
does-
train and just run max ads. And then they talk about how they made $15 for the hour and shit. It's horrible.
Wow.
But people do that. People
Yeah,
say it. And what am I supposed to do? If you want to use your hour-long raid train to squeeze money out of SP for yourself, fine. You ain't going to get a return viewer, right? So you weigh the options.
No. Yeah, just the ad revenue, just even the ads when it comes to Twitch are in my opinion, just garbage. You don't
Yeah, they're
get
crazy.
much
Absolute
out.
garbage.
It's garbage. You don't get much out of it. Just like you said, there's 100+ people out of it. You might get $10-15.
Yeah, but for a
Congratulations.
whole hour, that's with you being featured. You're not helping yourself. That $10 ain't worth it, in my opinion.
No,
Hell,
absolutely
friggin'
not.
no.
No, because
Definitely
you
not.
could, yeah, you could get a return viewer. You could, shit, that return viewer could be your next biggest fan, and you never know what kind of
Drop
income they
100
have.
subs. Yeah, you drop 100
Easy.
subs on you. You never know.
Easy. Yeah,
Never know.
and
But if you're gonna try and squeeze, every cent you can out of ad revenue, then you're not gonna be connect to people who want to connect.
the
Exactly.
ad incentive, yeah, I think we all want to speak the same thing. The ad incentive for a small streamer is total ass, even maxed out.
Yep. It really
I mean,
True.
I've seen people make $100 in a month now, but that's still not even worth it.
Really? Man,
Yeah.
I make
From
like
from
$8.
ads.
I think I make
Yeah,
$8.
from ads because they have it for the 3 minutes. You know what I mean? The
Oh
full 3 minutes, and
God.
then they have it for even more than that. They have them maxed to 22 minutes per hour.
Wow.
I am not kidding you.
What?
22 minutes per hour. Dude, I kid you not. People join our raid train, max their ads out to take the ad revenue because we have 100 viewers in there. I swear to you.
That's crazy.
awful.
I swear to you. You think you're
Well, they're
making $10,
hurting
$15
themselves.
off of 3 minutes? No, that's 22 minutes of ads.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. And they're hurting themselves. They are hurting themselves because it's like you said, they get into the recommended section and they bombard people with ads. And those people are never going to come back to that stream because they don't want to watch ads. They want to watch content. Like, that's
Yes.
crazy. Crazy.
We did a
Pretty
test
sure.
once on a Saturday last month where I took the lurkers from the day before, right? The train. And not everybody's lurking, right? Obviously, there's a bunch of people chilling. But and then I maxed the ads, right? It was like $16. I was double. That's double what I've ever made on ad revenue in a month. You know what I mean? And it just, like I said, it's just not worth it.
Definitely not.
Yeah. Small streamer pro tip: turn ads to a minimum and turn off your pre-roll ads. Your community will thank you.
Definitely. Well,
They will.
Yeah.
going back on subject a little bit, we got a little off of my list here. So going back onto the subject, one of the questions that we always ask every streamer that comes on the podcast is, what is the hardest thing about streaming for you? Like in this example, we're talking about your streaming, not necessarily the Discord, but like as a streamer,
I would say the fluctuation. This is my full-time job. So I would say that the fluctuation of everything, viewership, subscriptions, the whole thing, it's an up and down ride, right?
Yep.
And there's just nothing you can do about that. No month will be the same. It's that is the hardest thing about it, without a doubt. The up and down ride of it.
Yep, and that's what some people don't understand. Like, your follower number will go up, but also your follower number will go down.
Yep.
Your subscriber count, that will go up, but also it will go down. Your viewers, it will go up, and it'll also go down. Everything a part of Twitch is like a roller coaster.
Yep.
Has its ups, and then has its downs.
Oh, it absolutely does.
People get excited too. They get excited when they get gifted subs, and they get excited when they have a good month, and then they go. And I've seen where they spend a bunch of money on equipment and think like, I'm going to make it now because I made all this money for 1 month. And then all of a sudden the next month they have 12 subscribers and barely anyone in their chat. And then they're like, well, what happened? Like, no, it's not how it works. Like, you have good months, you have great months, but you got to wait for that to fall. It's always going to come down.
Yeah.
It's very true. And that's definitely a hard point where people don't understand. Like, oh, why did my follower count just go down? But also, just like what you said, Hazy, you just kind of want to find out who it was and be like, hey,
Why'd you stop
where
following
did
me?
yeah, why do you stop following me? Is it anything? Is it something that I did?
I don't know. I
Or
don't know if I feel like that about followers. I feel like that about the Discord though, for sure.
well, no, it was like the same kind of concept.
Yeah, same concept. Yeah.
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 But definitely, I know what you're saying. When it comes to followers, I actually don't know when people unfollow me. I don't have any. There's bots that'll tell you like who unfollows you and when.
Oh, is there?
I think it's Wizbot.
Oh, I
Wizbot.
have
Wizbot
Wacko
has
one.
one?
knows. Wacko unfollowed somebody and they fucking called him on it. He was like,
What?
he was astonished. I was astonished hearing about it.
What?
He was like, don't get too high on your good streams. Don't go too low on your bad streams. Yeah, facts. But the
Yeah,
ups and downs is the
dude.
hardest part. Yeah, I was mad. Yo, I'm telling you, the fucking guy, I don't know what bot it was, but Wacko fucking hit me up because the guy was in SP and he was like, yo, do you know so and so? I was like, not really, no. He was like, this fucking guy fucking called me out for unfollowing him. I was astonished.
Wow.
I was like,
Yo, so
what?
Wacko. Yeah,
That's
Wacko.
crazy.
If you know what that is, drop it because probably a couple people would like to know.
Yeah, do you know what bot that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be curious. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
care. I don't care on my end
yeah,
because I have a lot of people that unfollow me just because they don't like the networking.
Hell yeah.
It bothers them. They
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
They don't like that we have a Facebook group that has gone crazy or anything, and it's stupid. So I get unfollowed all the time.
Yeah, people think that these networking streams are literally for Misfit, Cookie Slays, and I, even though if you sit or set foot into the stream for 10, 15 minutes, you'll realize that these networking streams are not for us whatsoever.
Yeah.
Trying to bring awareness to people, get them to know each other. I understand what the concept is, man. I do them. I've been doing them on and off for 2 years, and I've gotten so much hate. So I understand.
Yeah.
You can't let
Yeah,
it get to you.
Yep, because
try.
there's a lot more positive people that actually come into the streams and network and get their numbers up and other shit like that, and compared to that just one negative Nancy that's in the group be like, oh, why do you gotta everybody, these streams are for only the streamer themselves and not the community and blah blah blah, so on and so forth. So I bet you probably understand that as well, kind of. Oh, you
Dude, listen, the first year that we were doing this, we didn't start a merch shop for like 4 or 5 months in, right? As soon as we started a merch shop, you would imagine that like you don't really sell anything. Like we started a merch shop and I think we sold like 5 t-shirts and 3 of them were me and my wife.
Mhm.
Right? So we had some guy come in and accuse us of like just trying to get people's money for our merch shop. Like somebody said it like 5 minutes into the thing being open, we had sold nothing, and like I mean it's instant, man. It'll never stop. If you're doing something that people want to do and they can't figure out a way to do it, or they're just not being successful in their attempts, whatever,
They'll hate
that
on
shit
it.
is that shit is no joke, man. That feeling that they get, that shit is, and it's on the internet, so they can be twice as tough, right? Twice as fake, twice
I
as
like that.
whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. But if you meet me out in the parking lot, I bet you won't say that to my face.
But how is it even? It's not even possible, you know. It's like
Yeah.
I wish it was sometimes, but bro,
Yeah.
have you guys been like all out attacked yet by people? Like, have you just been friggin' just drugged, just dragged? You know what I mean? Has it happened yet?
In
I don't
Facebook
think-
comments, we have gotten
Yeah.
some pretty severe ones. I've taken most of them down. We got a pretty severe one the last networking stream. It wasn't. I mean,
Today's?
huh? No, not today's.
Was
On mine.
Oh, okay.
On mine on
Okay.
Wednesday, but. And you want to like talk back to them and tell them like what the fuck is wrong with you, like this is helping people, but at the same time I was just like, dude, like I don't even want to give it the energy. I don't even want
It's
to
hard
fuck
Right.
with it. Like, it's so stupid. But, and, you know, being an owner of a Discord, I mean, I see that all the time where Discord owners are basically targeted because they think that the Discord owner is the one that's getting all of the attention, that you're getting all the people in your stream, which is completely true
Not
on some,
true.
well, and on some discords,
Some it is.
you know,
Yeah.
like some people are just jaded. They've been to a bad discord, they've dealt with it already, and they're just holding that judgment on everyone now. And I
That's a fact.
bet you probably deal with that a lot.
I do.
Mhm.
I do. I hate it. I do. I deal with it all the time. But I mean, you stick around for even 24 hours, you'll see if I go live, man. I'm lucky if I get 15 people in my stream, you know? Like I'm not no big shot hot shot. I've got some hardcore supporters in that 15 though. You know,
Yeah.
Yep.
those 15 people are ride or die, and I love them with all my heart. But I'm not like high number fucking hot shot, you know?
Yeah, you're
I
not
got-
pulling out numbers like XQC or any shit like
Yeah,
that.
not even hell no. There's there's a handful of people that you know that are around. Not one handful, you know, several handfuls, and
Yeah.
they're just steady. They're steady, and they're what make me do this. This is why I do it, because of those people. You know, it's not the people that don't show up that I do it for. It's the people that do.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's
You
all
gotta
about the
remember that
content.
shit.
Yeah, just put on entertainment for the people that are actually there, that actually want to show the support.
Yep.
And as long as you have a good time, you think you had a good stream, it was a great stream.
Yeah. And I mean, if
People
you think
get-
about it, if you didn't have the raid train, those people would probably be in your stream. So you're basically sacrificing your stream to provide this thing for your community that's just amazing, you know? Like that, I don't know. That's how I see it. Like you're telling all these people like, "Hey, don't come and watch me. Don't come and support me. I want you to get on this train and support the streamers in my Discord." And you know, I don't know. I think that's
It's
cool.
fucking stupid, right?
No, it's cool. And that's why you have the supporters you have, and that's why you have people that believe in it so much, because
Yeah,
you're
I
willing
know.
to sacrifice that, you know? That's
I'm
cool.
teasing.
Right.
I get down on myself sometimes, though. I can't lie. I'm not perfect. And Wacko is hilarious. Hazy streams suck. He plays shitty games and ignores chat. Wacko hates it
Man.
when I play games. Right? He fucking hates it when I play games. He likes it when I'm just chatting shit. We have a good time though, me and
Yeah.
Wacko, and he's not wrong. He's not wrong, because I literally will be, and I have to listen to people like this, right? Like I have to take this kind of criticism properly, because he's not wrong at all. I will be chatting just bullshit, and I'll have 25, 30 people. As soon as I turn on a game, they're gone. They're gone. Right? As soon as I turn on a game, that's just how it is, because I'm not a good gamer, right? Like my entertainment value comes from my mouth, not really from my gameplay. So
Hey yo.
that's kind of how it is. Pause.
Yep.
Yo, that deserves a clip right there if I ever ask for one.
Yeah, my mouthpiece. For
Yeah,
sure,
I'm
man.
sure.
So it's just a
Alright.
lot of, I chat shit a lot better than, I have that happen all the time. Don't feel like you're alone. Nah, I don't feel like I'm alone. I can keep attention when I'm chatting and talking with people, especially if I got a good topic that I enjoy. Like I love
Yeah.
talking about cops and cops beating on people. Like I get real passionate about that stuff. We can like First Amendment auditors and stuff. I have good conversations with people about that. Like just cops that go on power trips and different shit. Like we have good debates. I have good streams when I do those kinds of debates, is what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like good content as long as you keep it cool, fair, and clean. Awesome.
Always. You got to be able to
Nice.
take other people's opinions.
Yeah, and don't shoot them down because you have different opinions. That's what so many people do. Oh,
Yep.
the sky is not blue; it's purple. You're
Right.
you're wrong.
Yep.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. You don't have to hate the person if you have a different opinion.
I agree.
So
Yeah.
we're going to the ending of our time here. And the last question I want to ask before we go ahead and raid this stream out is if you could come up with one goal, because I know you probably have a bunch of goals in mind for your community and for your stream and everything, but if you could come up with one main goal, what is your goal for Streamers Paradise and for your stream? Like, what are you working
Yeah.
towards?
So my wish, I guess I would say, because it's a goal, but I mean, it's going to take a lot of work. But my goal is to create paying jobs for SP with SP. I want to
Oh,
be
that's
able
cool.
to. I want to be able to have a successful clothing line. We have Paradise Clothing, right? I want that to be successful. I want the subscriptions in the Discord to be successful. I want, um, the Streamers Paradise Twitch. We've affiliated that. We're just waiting for the paperwork to come through. So we have some ideas that maybe we could attempt to do something with the account there. You know what I mean? With ad revenue to try and create some passive income. But I want to create a successful revenue stream for SP. And right now we have the premium Discord memberships and we have the merch store. And if those two things can be successful on a monthly basis and we can create paying jobs, I really believe that that's when we can start making an actual difference in people's lives, like with our socials and everything. Because at that point we would have a much larger following. So the goal
Definitely.
is to ultimately do philanthropy, right? Stuff like that to get a successful brand and then give back to the people who've helped build it. So, I mean, we're doing that now. All of the subscriptions that we get for the Streamers Paradise Discord, we have 40 subscribers. We're giving
Wow.
away, we're giving away half of that money. So if we're bringing in $300 for the month, which we have not done yet, I'm just throwing a number out. If we bring in $300 for the month, I want to give away 150. So say one day we have enough subscribers that we make. Yes, Wacko was Mr. 40. Say we one day have 1,000 subscribers at $10 a month. You know what I mean? Like we'll be able to give away something crazy, right? Like think about we could give away a PC every month, a whole computer, streaming, gaming, the whole nine. Could you imagine that kind of thing? Like that's what we want to do for people.
I'd be in for
And,
that.
and it's
yeah.
possible. Subscribe to the Discord, man.
Hey.
Help 'em
That's
out.
how we're doing it. That's really the only way that we're gonna be able to do it is to build our subscriber base. It's been
Yeah.
how many months has it been? 4? I think it's been 4. We obviously didn't start with 40. Let me just look here how many months it's been. It has been 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th month. It's gotten gradually more each month. Now we're up to $125 prize.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm excited about that.
Hell
Definitely.
yeah, dude.
Definitely.
It is.
So-
It's less than a Big Mac.
All right. So we are about to end the stream. So let's kind of have you send off any and all of your socials that you would like to promote. Where can people find you and other stuff like that before we send off a raid?
So, I mean, I'm pretty much only on Twitch, man. I'm the worst streamer. I do not post to any of my socials. So, you can find me on Twitch. Find me on Twitch and you can find me on the Discord. She's been dropping the Discord. My Twitch is Hazeyyvision.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Find me on Twitch. Find me in the Discord. I'll be there.
Awesome. All right. Well, it has been a pleasure hanging out with you for this hour, and we got a lot of great information. We got a lot of great information for the group that came in to hang out. We had quite a few people come in and hang out and show their support, so that's really awesome.
I appreciate it.
We are going to go ahead and raid the. Oh, never mind. He's not even live. We're gonna raid out to someone in Streamer Deets if I can find someone, and if not, we'll go into Streamer's Paradise and catch someone there. Hang on, just a second.
I want to thank everybody who showed up from my ping and my server. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys all.
You guys are awesome for all coming in, and Miss Vic and I both appreciate, like I said at the beginning of this podcast, do really appreciate you. We know how busy you were today, and we appreciate you taking an hour out of your day just to kind of come and
My
shoot the
pleasure,
shit. Yeah, you're an awesome dude. Absolutely awesome dude.
I appreciate
So
it. Man.
I
You
hope-
guys are pretty dope too.
Yeah, absolutely. So I do hope if you guys are not yet a part of the Streamer Paradise Discord, go ahead, join that up, and if not, use the command !SP in the chat, just like Miss Vic just did. Click on that Discord link, join.
Come on in.
Yeah, wide open arms. Gonna be. Are you the number one Discord?
In the world, I hope so. I think
Yeah.
so. We have to be.
Okay, let's just say, come and join
Yes.
the number one Discord going on right now. You can be a part of it today by just doing a couple little clicks.
The little
Join.
clicks.
Just they're not big clicks. Just
Nah.
itty bitty. No,
All right,
they're
guys.
just
Well,
itty bitty clicks.
after your clicks, we're gonna go ahead and we're raiding out to a non-affiliate that is actually from the Facebook group. So we're gonna go ahead and raid out to him. He's
Go.
been working real hard to get there. So we're gonna help him out. Like I said, Hazy, it's been awesome. Cake, it's a pleasure as usual. And
Absolutely.
we're gonna go ahead and get this party started for them.
Let's
Thanks,
do it,
guys.
guys.
All right.
Let's go hype up the chat, guys.
All right.
Bye.